This is the legendary Alexander the Great, and in today's video, we will look into why did Alexander the Great found the city of Alexandria? What was the motivating force? So let's get into the video. Alexander the Great founded the city of Alexandria in 331 BC, while his forces occupied Egypt. After conquering Egypt from the Persians and being welcomed as a liberator, Alexander traveled to the Mediterranean coast. He personally chose a specific location on the western edge of the Nile Delta, a narrow strip of land between the Mediterranean Sea and Lake Naucratis. He appointed his chief architect, Naucratis of Rhodes, to design the city. Naucratis created a masterful plan that used the hippodame theme, a common grid-like layout for Greek cities, with two main perpendicular roads and parallel side streets. He also ordered the construction of a causeway to a nearby island called Pharos, creating two magnificent harbors. These harbors, one facing the sea and the other the lake, would make Alexandria a defensible port and a major commercial hub. It was an act of remarkable foresight to imagine a sprawling, spectacular city on what was then little more than a small fishing village called Naucratis. The story goes that Alexander himself laid out the city's boundaries, using barley flour to mark out the streets and foundations for the key buildings. He then left Egypt to continue his campaign, entrusting the city's development to a governor named Hellenize. But why did he do it? Why did Alexander found this great city? Let's look into the reasons behind the founding of Alexandria. Firstly, it was a military and naval base. The location was ideal for controlling the eastern Mediterranean Sea and projecting power into the regions around the Nile Delta. Secondly, it was an economic hub. As a commercial hub, it linked the riches of the Nile Valley with the economies of Greece and the Near East. This made it a center for trade and a source of wealth for Alexander's empire. Thirdly, it was a political and cultural center. By founding a Greek city in Egypt, Alexander aimed to spread Greek culture. Who can forget the famous Library of Alexandria, which were later be destroyed by the Romans? The city became a symbol of his rule and a center for education and intellectual pursuits. Lastly, it was about personal legacy. Like many rulers, Alexander wanted to be remembered. Naming cities after himself was a common practice, and Alexandria became another city in a long line of Alexandrias that dotted his empire. And lastly, the city's strategic location made it an ideal military and commercial hub, while its cultural significance as a center of Greek influence in the East cannot be overstated. Moreover, Alexandria became one of the most important cities in the ancient world, known for its grand libraries, architectural wonders, and intellectual atmosphere. Thus, the founding of Alexandria was a pivotal moment in history, marking the beginning of a new era in the Mediterranean world. So that's all for today's video. If you liked it, please leave a like. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments section. Thank you for watching.